What's up, mother foxers? Alright, guys. Back here again with her. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to paint this here brake booster. So, I didn't really forget to do it. I just kind of ran out of paint. At the same time, I didn't have it ready because I did forget about it, if you know what I mean. I could always come back and paint it, but then this took more paint than I thought it would. So, and I was going to paint this thing wild strawberry. I thought it'd be cool to have the same colored brake booster in the engine bay, you know. But of course, I ran out of paint. So, in order to get another pint of that stuff, it's like 120 bucks. Yeah, for that little can. And I started thinking about it, and I'm like, well, I was originally going to paint this engine bay the stock color of the car, which was vermilion red. I had already bought the paint for it. That's a little bit less at 83 bucks. Then I thought, you know what? I got the paint. Why don't I paint the brake booster the original color of the car? Kind of, you know, have the originality of the car with it a little bit, you know? And, shit, you know, why not? I got a whole can of this shit. Vermilion red. You can see it there. EP. So that's what we're going to do. Going to go ahead and get this thing sanded down, and then probably not even sand it down. I mean, it's got a nice, decent finish on that from LMR, so probably just go ahead and scuff it up, and I'll have to get some, I got some sealer primer in a can over there that I got to paint that just to, you know, to have a more, a light background to paint on with red, you know what I mean? Because I did paint some of this strawberry on black area down there, you know, inside the doors, and it just, yeah, it didn't really, like right there, you can't, if you can't see it, it's really dark. If the camera's not showing that, it's really dark on there, and I didn't paint that with any light colored, like a gray primer like I did the engine bay. So but yeah, let me go ahead and scuff that sucker up. All right, just doing a little bit of, you know, a little bit of light, very light with 2000 grit sanding here in the strut towers, just because I had a little bit of frost up here, and I just started kind of going a little bit down here, seeing what it's like. I didn't throw much clear coat on here, so I'm just going to be careful with it. As you can see, I did sand the frost off here, but there's a high spot, and look what happened. Not worried about it though. But yeah, just trying to kind of flatten and smooth things out just a little bit. So there's the progress I got so far. I turned out, guys, I'm using some 400 here. The bottom of this got some, while my dad was fitting it for the on the car, it got some scratches, even though they're on the bottom. I was just like trying to smooth them out. Next thing you know, I'm doing the whole thing in 400. And then Hack Job Mike stopped by, guys. Check this out. He was at Hobby Lobby and found this. It's a 65 Ford Econoline delivery Fanta. I seen that. I said, I want it. I said, give it to me. I said, buy it for me. So he bought it for me. Why? I'll show you when I get the other one. I couldn't believe I bought the other one, and then he showed me that, and I said, dude, I gotta have it. Gotta have a match. Alright, we finished taping her up, all nice and professional and everything. I got this nice professional paint hook here that we're going to be using. And let me go ahead and get some primer on this thing. Now I'll tell you, man, I've done some pretty good paint jobs, right? And I'm not going to toot my own horn, but I'm also willing to admit when I've done a terrible job. This is the worst paint job I've ever done in my freaking life, man. But it suits the car, you know, I'm just saying. It's just, I think I pointed this out before. This is like, that's like avocado right there, bud. Yeah. whatever. I don't really give a shit. But yeah, not even going there. I may put some 2000 on there. Just level it out just a skosh, you know. But yeah, this is pretty nasty. Nasty for a whore. It's just I've done way better than this. See, this is what happens when you get lazy and you want to wear your flip-flops, and you know, you don't want to wet the floor down, and you just had the paint on that day when the wind was blowing right in the door. That didn't help either. But yeah, we got her up there. First coat on there. I'm gonna let her dry, and I'll come back out and throw another coat on there. And all right, everybody, it's the next day, and something I gave a thought about was I bought these a while ago from Maker's Mark, and what these are they go on top of here to keep it from, you know, scuffing anything up. And thought they were neat, so I got the ones that were unfinished. Well, as I was going through my stuff, I remembered I had these, but I forgot that they were unfinished. So if you can see over there, I got the brake booster hanging. It's all done. So I'm going to go ahead and scuff these up, throw some of that sealer primer on these, and we're going to paint them the same color. So they'll be underneath here. They'll kind of offset that color. Alright, man, it's all scuffed up, ready to go. And of course, what did I do? I forgot to put something in that hole before I painted. It's not supposed to really get paint down in there. I mean, there's grease there, so it held off the paint. But I did cover up the push rod at least, right? But I'm gonna cover that hole before I put, you know, paint and clear coat in it. Alright, here we go. I already got these all scuffed and painted, and about the best they're gonna get there. I don't know, guys. Looks like they may have painted this car the original vermilion red. It's confusing to me because when I look up vermilion red, of, you know, cars that are vermilion red online, I see them this color, but I also see them that darker color, that more maroon. And I was confused because it's got that darker color underneath all of this. Unless somebody painted it that, I don't know, but, and then they repainted it the right color because this vermilion red looks to be what's on the car. So alright, folks, I make mistakes. I ain't afraid to show them. I'll show you what happened here. Something, not sure what happened on one, but the other one, yeah, I could see what I did. Looky. Ran some paint. That's unusual. I rarely ever do that, man. So, yeah, not sure. I think what happened was I, after I hit the first coat on this, I realized the fan was way too wide. So when I went to hit those plates, I narrowed it up. And so when I came back to painting this, well, I think when I first shot it, I hit it, I was too close. So I didn't notice it right away. And the other thing that's perplexing me, if you can see that right there, that's fisheye. That's what they call fisheye. Meaning there was some grease or oil there. And that's perplexing me because I didn't touch this thing without gloves on. I made it a point not to. So the only thing I can think of is as I wiped it down, I might have touched something with the gloves on and came back and touched this not realizing it. I don't know, but damn. That is going to be like right in the firewall. That cubby there, nobody's going to see it. See what I'm getting at? Otherwise I'll have to sand that. I'll have to wait for this to dry because I think it's still tacky right. Yeah, it's still tacky right there. The rest of it's fine. Jesus. Oh man, this is just supposed to be simple. Just, you know, paint it and be done.
the weather's kind of cold. I mean, it's okay to paint, but if you want something to cure quickly and try to dry and sand, it's just not working out. I think that'll be all right. It looks a little bit better than what it was, so we're just go ahead and clear this stuff right now. So, and like I said, it's going to be toward the inside part of the firewall there, or the apron. So not too big of a deal. So kind of looks like Salvation Army kettle.
All right, everybody. All clear coat is done, as you've seen there in the last clip. It was the final coat. I didn't figure you needed to see all of it, but yeah, it's not much of a video. It's not groundbreaking or anything, but these are the little things when you're doing the car. These little detail things that nobody ever thinks about, you know. It sucks. I mean, it takes time to do it. Like, matter of fact, I was going to paint the brake booster. Completely forgot about the plates for the strut towers. So I grabbed them, and when I grabbed them, I realized they weren't painted. I was like, oh shit, I didn't realize. For some reason in my mind I thought they were black, but that's cool. We got them vermilion red. So, I mean, anyway, well, let me show you this and the plates, and then we'll put this thing in a car and we'll show it to you in a car. And there you go, guys. There it is, all nice and clear coated and red. You can probably see the run right there. And then if we turned around, the world bad spot was right there, but actually doesn't look too bad. Looks like just a bunch of paint bundled up there instead of ran. But I think it looks pretty good. Here's one of the plates down here. It's kind of hard to paint these things flipping around back and forth like they do, but and that wasn't going to avoid that mess that's up there by the hook, so maybe we can put that down on that. The other one's hanging up here. Like I said, a little awkward to paint, but definitely not as awkward as the hinges. Hinges in a Foxbody are they're the most awkward thing in the known universe to paint. They collapse on themselves. That's how they're designed. It sucks. So yeah, this was, then I don't know, man, I'm just having problems every time I paint. I had one, this thing just totally disintegrated. I set the gun down, it didn't even, I had this pulled out to here when I paint, so it doesn't hit anywhere. I had this sitting down here and this snapped right off. So I took the one off that one, screwed it on there, started to spray with it, and it must have cracked when I twisted it on there, because then it started pissing out there, so then I had to go throw that away, and then I had to go find another one in there with one of the other guns. So oh man, this painting this and that has been just a big problem. So yeah, well, there you go. Big old clown red looking brake booster in there. Oh man, that's quite the eye catcher right now anyway. But I am not repainting that. It's staying just like it is. So that's the original color of the car, and it's on the brake booster. So, and there's the plates for it right there. I'm just gonna keep them that color, man. I mean, I don't think it's like a big deal or anything. So there we go, all done. The other one's down there, but there we go, all set, man, all done. And now we move to inside the car for the heater core and the heater box and the dash and all the wiring. And while we wait for this block to get back here, so that's all I got for you guys. Thanks for watching this little detail kind of oriented thing here. So anyway, guys, later.